nerdy dude stuff.
For those of you keeping track at home, today's beer of the day is brought to you by Parish Brewing out of Brazzard, Louisiana. This is Dr. Juice IPA. This is 6.0 alcohol by volume, and this is a juicy, severely crushable, hazy IPA made with Yakima Valley hops. This has a strong, rich hint of cantaloupe with a smooth, soft, hazy mouthfeel. It's got hints of passion fruit, papaya, and blood orange. Incredibly juicy, goes down easy, 4.25 out of 5. Cheers to you guys.
Bink! What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video about cryptocurrency. If this is your first time on the channel, please take a moment to consider subscribing, hitting that like button, and turning on the bell notification as we post videos weekly, and we do a stream every Monday. Now, again, here on the channel, we're kind of low risk. We're kind of like easy going, plug and play miners, with the exception of yesterday being one of the probably the biggest risk that we've ever taken outside of buying a $3,500 miner or something like that. So of course we're going to be nervous, and with that comes extensive and obsessive and just over dramatic research and watching. So we're talking about Thor Node. We've had one for 24 hours, probably about 28 hours now. We haven't even looked at our results yet, and we're going to look at them on camera here in just a moment, but we have been all over. We've been going through Discord. We've been watching other YouTubers. So a lot of the stuff we're talking about today, we're going to be paraphrasing, because quite frankly, at the end of the day, I'm usually out and about on my phone. Other YouTubers and other channels out there trying to make it are doing a lot more research than I'm doing. So I would just, I technically consider... I get lost in a rant and I keep forgetting I'm holding my beer and I gotta take a sip of it. But other YouTubers and stuff, I use them as research tools as well, just like some people might be as well, because they are going to potentially teach me something that I don't know, and I hope I could teach someone else something that I don't know. So today we are going to try to keep it short and brief. Again, this is only a 24-hour result video and maybe some information that has put my mind to ease that this project could go long enough for me to pull my $2,700 out, which I'll be very happy to do so, because that has been my biggest risk in a platform before. And I will also just kind of be covering some of the stuff that we've talked about, or that we were going for. This is not going to be a video on how to get into Thor. This is not to set up Avalanche on your MetaMask or anything like that. That will probably come either tomorrow or Saturday based on the availability I have. So this is not a how-to. This is strictly results with information coming straight at you. Let's jump to the computer screen. All right, so as of right now, Thor's price is $215.05. We're going to plug that into our calculator and just tuck that away when we actually go and look at our node and what we've gotten returned in about 28 hours. So the site, Thor.Financial, always do your own research. We're going to talk about some stuff here in just a moment. We're going to do some comparisons to Ring, which I found in a YouTube video I wasn't involved with or anything like that, and go back and forth, because really it looks like those two are the biggest comparisons. But without further ado, hang on, I want to sip of my beer. Let's see what we've earned in the past 24 hours. Boom. All right, so we have one node. We have a Thor node, which is earning us 0.33 Thor a day. We have a total of 0.391837 Thor, 0.391910 Thor in the past, day or so, and we're going to multiply that by 0.391910. We're looking at $84.28 already in returns in 24 hours. If we have those kind of returns on a 24-hour basis, we can multiply that by 365, and we're looking at a salary cap of $30,762. Very, very nice, very attractive, which is why we're hoping, and all the information that we've learned, that this project is going to go the difference. This project is going to go the distance, which some of the stuff that I've seen will show on screen. It does have some hope. Again, this is all high risk. This is a risk that I am taking, and this is my video journey to showcase to you. It's not really, it's kind of a little bit of a humble brag if we get loaded on this, but at the end of the day, our priority is going to be, I'm really mixed. If this project keeps going long term, I'm going to want to compound maybe once or twice before pulling out my ROI, and that could potentially be between 60 to 75 days, and then I think it's easy street from there. So we're going to really have to play and see where the project goes. If the coin goes up, it makes decisions a little bit easier as well. But we have just shy of half a Thor in the past 24 hours. We're getting that promised 0.33. We put 12.5 in there, which was a total of 12.5 times 215.05. So our investment of about $2,700, and we are just riding it out right now. With this, we will be looking at an ROI time frame of, which we just also learned some stuff about ROIing, 37 to 38 days. Now, if you wanted to take this, if I wanted to take what I've earned so far and withdraw it and compound it into one of the other, not necessarily compound, but purchase one of the other lower tier nodes, owning a Thor node, I would have a 20% tax, and owning a Freya node, you'd have 15%. Owning a Heimdall, you'd have 10%. I believe that's still what they are right now. Or if it just comes to when I get 12.5 Thor, I can compound into my Thor at a 10% tax, tax as well. But I have heard, and I haven't seen proof of it just yet, that once you get into your ROI period, so once I get 12.5 Thor, I could actually withdraw it with a 1% tax. As the time frame goes on and as you are earning, that tax will go down. Once I withdraw at that 1% tax rate, it would then reset as we start having to build back to the 12.5 Thor. That's one thing that I did watch in a video earlier. You can see down here also we have our node. We bought it yesterday at 10:35 a.m. It's Node Nerdy Dude. Because why not? I didn't go on theming. So, all right. Now that you've seen the numbers, a little bit more of information and research and just kind of some results, let's talk about some of the stuff that I found. And this is kind of, we're going to only show really like their Discord on screen, but we're going to talk about Ring and Thor because both of them are very similar. One thing that I heard about Ring and I saw on some of the videos is that Thor's contract and Ring's contract are very, very similar, with Thor being technically a fork off of Ring. And I heard that their priority is to get their own contract and have that up and launched by early February, and then proceed into having that audited and reviewed and so on and so forth to get themselves away from Ring and not truly being a fork anymore, but being their own contract, their own platform. One of the other similarities that I've seen is that Ring was also kind of mentioning and promising the same thing that Thor does. You put your money in, you invest in Thor, and they take that investment and they go out and they spread it out to other platforms like Olympus, DAO, Strongblock, Wonderland, Phantom, all these other things. What stands out with Thor and with Ring is that Ring only did a couple of small investments, nothing big whatsoever. But Thor, they're trying to go for 100% transparency, and this is one thing that really alleviated my mind, is that in their Discord, they have an investments tab and they start showing everything that they've done. So right here, their most recent investment was Thor Protocol now owns 300,000 of Tomb, and we are now farming T-shares. They could take that profit and they could spread it out to the node holders. Sixth investment they made, 1 million into FTM. Luna Ohm, seventh investment they made, 1 million FTM for two 500k FT validator nodes. Fourth investment, 250,000 into HEC, which one of my subscribers reached out to me on Discord, and HEC was looking at being listed, I believe, on MEXC, and they're anticipating a big price jump there. I wasn't necessarily going to jump into HEC, but since this is now related, I think it's quite a coinky dink, and we could potentially see that growing from there. These are all their investments. You can always take the opportunity to do your own research and look there as well. I know they also jumped into some Phantom, even to where Phantom gave them a shout out on Twitter, and I believe their investment in Phantom is locked for a year. So why would they take that much dinero and then lock it for a year and pull a rug pull? So these are some things that have been helping ease my mind putting in that much money. Like, to some of you guys, $2,700 might not be a lot of money, but to someone like me, where my whole goal is to earn a passive income and to build the channel and to find ways to, because I've never spent actual hard-earned USD, like my bank account money, my wife's bank account money, on cryptocurrency. I started off as a crappy little hobby miner back in 2017, making about $2 to $3 a day on nice hash with 4 GPU, really crappy GPUs that I found, not crappy, I mean my 1050 Ti's are still pretty solid for me, that I found on OfferUp, and then I started playing around putting investments elsewhere, like with $100, like, back in the day I could test the waters with $100 here, $100 there. Now that I've earned quite a portfolio with my little mining operations and stuff like that, I could take risks where I put 2.5 thousand into a platform to see if it's going to double me up to maybe I could do $10,000 investments in the future, or the rug gets pulled. So that's really where I'm at, and not as nervous as I could be. But other people out there who look at me and be like, me, $2,500, I wipe my butt with $2,500. And at that point, congratulations to you guys. One day I would like to use $2,500 worth of toilet paper to wipe my butt. That's a big mess. Luckily, I have a bidet. But anyway, the other stuff, too, that I wanted to talk about as well, besides all their investments, is I know that they're talking a lot about having their CEO, like I think Loki is their community manager. He's not doxxed yet, but he is about to be doxxed. But I know that the main, big guy at the top, he went through KYC and all of his information is provided. If there's something along the lines of a rug pull, or this project does end up being a scam, and it, like I said, rug pull, I don't know how many times I could just say the word scam, written reference, then that company will then go, and I should have pulled it up, I just didn't take time to look it up, but I think that NFT is on something, and they can provide that information to the authorities. So that's some stuff that is putting me at ease. I'm not using that information to sell you. That's just stuff that's putting me at ease. Anywho, that's going to do it for me today, guys. I am sitting back and really reevaluating the kind of strategy that I want to put into the platform. I know that it's really nice and enticing to sit there, and right now we're making like $80 a day and turn around and say, well, one day I want to make $1,000 a day. But at that point, when I start to get greedy, I feel like that's when most of the profitability could be lost. So the main goal is probably to ROI, get our initial investment out as soon as possible, and then kind of set a goal. What are we okay with? Are we okay with $200 a day? Are we okay with $300 a day? And to go from there. So stay tuned to the journey. If you guys want to jump in, you're more than welcome to. I'm not trying to sell it to you. Do your own research, not a financial advisor or anything like that. But if you just want to get updates and you see how I'm doing, make sure you subscribe, turn on the bell notification, like the video, and all that good stuff. Otherwise, reach out to me on Twitter or Discord if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. I'm O'Prius. We'll see you guys next time.